All right, guys, let's go ahead and start with our review. We're going to start with physical feature, Rocky Mountain right here. And then we have, of course, this is Canadian Shield. That is you below the Hudson Bay. And with being said, Hudson Bay is right there. Let's use this. I don't know if we can use some coloring. I guess not. So just follow through. So that's Hudson Bay right here. And then, of course, this right here, very important, Great Lakes, the five lakes right there, Lake Michigan, Lake Ontario, Lake Huron, Lake Erie, and Lake Superior. Lake Great Lakes. St. Lawrence River is right here. And then, of course, we have Atlantic Ocean. I told you guys the easy way to remember it. Atlanta. We're on the side of Atlantic Ocean, and we're on the East Coast right here. Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean on the West Coast. Now let's move on to our political feature. Let's just do the key political feature. What's important? Quebec, right here, and of course Ontario, and then British Columbia, Yukon Territory, Northwest Territory, and Nunavut. But those are the only important ones: Quebec, Ontario, British Columbia, Yukon Territory, Northwest Territory. Let's move on now. What I made is this right here, but this we're going to do it in class. We're going to do it together. I'll do some small group so that we can, go in detail. But when it comes to review, I gave you guys a series of questions so that we can just answer these questions together. Let's go ahead and start. To start with, it says poor, limited topsoil, rich in mineral resources. Mining is the largest industry located around Hudson Bay. That located around the Hudson Bay, that should tell you it is Canadian Shield. Next, oh, it's going quick. I don't know what's going on with my laptop. It's never going to get fixed. It's okay. Let's go. Canada. So we're going to look at this map and let's go ahead and analyze it. A few things. We analyzed population density map in class, but we said the map tells a lot of different story. It talks about where people live the most, but also why. Because you get to start thinking. So let's look. Where is red? That's where there's most people. So right here, there's red, a lot of red in the southern. So we would think most people live in the southern of Canada, south of Canada because of climate. We would definitely say because southern Canada is warmer than the northern Canada, right? And also the fact that it is so close to United States. How many miles did we say most people in Canada live near United States? What's the number? 100 miles exactly. So when it comes to most people from Canada, one, they live in the southern Canada because it's warmer, and two, they live near United States of America because it's a great economic ally. Next, which one of the following has negative impact on the Canadian Shield? When we're talking about Canadian Shield, of course, the car emission is going to be one of the things that's bad, but we're talking more in the bigger sense. That'll be mining. We talked about how there's a mining issue in Canadian Shield and how it killed a lot of the habitat. That is the major issue in Canadian Shield. Now, next, one of the major environmental issues facing Canada is creation of acid rain. What is one major source of acid rain? Guys, acid rain is because of course, coal fire factory. We talk about how coal fire factory, car emission, things like this hurts. And that is why it is hurting the air, and then once the air, of course, meets the cloud, it creates this acid rain and it kills a lot of the habitat. Also, guys, don't forget about deforestation. That is when we clear cutting the area, clearing an area by cutting everything, clear cutting. Next, let's look at this political cartoon. Let's analyze it together. We see, to start with, we need to talk. We see that look like kind of Queen Elizabeth, dirty, ugly. I mean, rest in peace to the Queen, but it kind of look like fish. Mm. And then we see right here, good grief, here we go again. This is talking about the separation. And to be exact, I think we will be talking about, of course, the Quebec independent movement. We talked about, of course, the separation of the Upper Canada and Lower Canada due to cultural differences and language differences. And of course, that is going to help when it comes to Upper Canada and Lower Canada combining together because they voted and the citizen responded with 51% vote of we want to remain as one Canada. So this is very important to know. This political cartoon is talking about Quebec independent movement. How does citizen participate in Canada's government? So, of course, citizen, when it comes to Canada's government, we're talking about parliamentary democracy. And parliamentary democracy means citizen does not get to choose their prime minister directly. So, which one of these answers is talking about that? Let's see. D, citizen vote for both members of parliament and the prime minister. That is not it. C, citizen vote for all three branches of government. That would be kind of crazy because we're legit talking about prime minister. That wouldn't be it. Citizen vote only for the members of the parliament. That would be correct. And that parliament will be choosing the prime minister or the major party to be exact. Now, next, what type of government does Canada have? We just answered that question. That would be parliamentary democracy. Which one of the following would reflect Canada's mixed economy? So Canada has mixed economy, which is of course closer to market. That means citizen will control the price, whatever they want to make. It's just that the government need to make sure the safety regulation and things like that. So let's see which one of these is talking about that. A, price and wages are solely regulated by country's government. No, that'll be command economy. What type of country do you guys think that is? North Korea thing. Perfect. All right. B, combination of privately owned business and government regulation. There we go. That is combination with private business and government. The answer would be B. Uh, let's go ahead and answer this one right here. Interesting question. Identify two natural resources or two physical features and describe their impact on Canada's economy. I'll do both for you. Let's do couple. Two natural resource, I would say timber, and of course we can talk about fish or coal mine, things like that. And the impact on Canada's economy is we could use this natural resource on exporting these goods in country like United States or through Pacific and Atlantic. Oh, we're gonna use that, I guess, in physical feature by using countries such as United States when it comes to exporting or even globally. And two physical feature I would say is Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean. We can even talk about Hudson Bay, St. Lawrence River, and things like that. These type of natural resource, these type of physical features are great when it comes to Canada's economy because it is a major trading route when it comes to Atlantic Ocean and Pacific Ocean. And when it comes to Hudson Bay, it is a great place where they could use fish as a export. Let's see. It says Canada charges a special tax on United States cheese and butter brought across the United States Canadian border. What type of trade barrier is this? It's talking about tax. That will be tariff. It's tax season soon. Gotta file taxes. All right, Mufuku, let's go. Why does Canada require a system for currency exchange? We talked about currency exchange. You go to different country, you need to change money so that the business is convenient. Business is working. You're not gonna go to Japan and shove United States dollar and say, "I'm American. Take this money." They're gonna look at you. Wow, these Americans are crazy. So now let's see which one of these answers talking about that. Let's start from D, to allow for more international trade. That would be the correct answer. Let's move on. Replaced NAFTA in 2020, created a free trade zone, expanded the market for goods and service in North America. When they're talking about replace NAFTA, North America Free Trade Agreement, they're talking about USMCA, United States Mexico Canada Agreement, which is basically just exact same thing. I guess this is the last one. Guys, we sped through this. Let's go. Canada's literacy rate exceeded 99%. This means Canada heavily invested in. Obviously, not entrepreneurship, literacy rate, entrepreneurship, not the same thing. Capital goods, no. Capital goods is man made good. Human capital will be correct. Human capital. Natural resource, of course, would not be a correct answer because what does literacy rate have to do with natural resources? Next, the Canadian government has few barriers to starting new business. Tax on small business are relatively low, and the government protect private property. Private property. Okay, not funny. What do these actions most encourage? Let's see. So it says Canadian government has few barriers to start new business. That means they encourage entrepreneurship. So that means B, increase entrepreneurship. So that would be the end of this review. Guys, I'll post GimKit and Blookit as well. Review. Test is going to be, of course, this Friday, and we're going to move on our favorite Latin American unit. Ciao.